On the block, we go, 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 go. On the block, let it flow, 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 Spaces open, might go live. Different miles from web to drive. Builders here, they pull a real. Talking moves and how they feel. No scripts, just open flow. Ideas moving row by row. Every week a new face shown. Building things to stand alone. On the block, we go, 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 go. On the block, let it flow, 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 flow. On the block, feel the sound. On the block, right now. Spaces open, let it start. Different builders play their part. No filter, just raw talk. Ideas that actually walk. From early grinding new way. Every guest got things to say. No script, no safety net. Just truth, you don't forget. On the block, we go, 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 go. On the block, let it flow, 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 flow. On the block, feel the sound. On the block, right now. Down, 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 down.
GMGAGE. Welcome everyone to On the Block episode 51. We're with Dr. Donkey today from the Donkeyverse, and we're going to be chopping out with him. But before I head over to Doc, let me check in with my brother Taddy. What's good, man? How's your weekend been?
Lucky, my weekend was goated, man. Wifey got back in town Friday evening from Switzerland, being there all week, and then I had in-laws and all weekend. Actually still got my father-in-law here, man. So it's been good. It's been busy. It's been I'm tired, I'll tell you that much. I'm cooked, but other than that, it's been goated, bro. How about you?
Talk about being cooked. I know you had the grill out over the weekend.
Oh yeah, yes sir. Some short ribs and some ribeyes and some tips, and yeah, you know.
You're talking my language, Taddy.
It's blazing here too, bro. It's like high 90s here too, so yeah.
A little bit of pole action going on.
Sir.
Let's go. Let's go.
You good?
Yeah, not bad. My wife and kids are away at the in-laws, so I'm having a little one-man party here, Teddy.
Oh, man, you're like a bachelor right now. I'm jealous. Love it.
Yeah, that house is pin drop silence, and yeah, you don't get these days often, but yeah, I'll take them when I get them, Teddy.
You bet your ass you will. I'm living through you, bro. I'm like, that. I feel like that's me right now, even though it's not me. So it's not me at all, bro. It's not.
Right, Teddy. There's a lot to get on with today. We've got a game going. We've got a mint coming. Well, we're going to be talking about a mint that's ongoing as well with the Donkeyverse. But before we go over to Doc, go for it.
Not only that, he's in the future too, so he's got some updates. He's got some future updates, bro.
We need that info. We need the early alpha.
Stepped on your toes, bro. Go ahead.
No. I was just gonna say, as always, OTB is sponsored by Orbis and Puffsters. If you don't know who they are, I don't know where you've been living, but go and check them out. Orbis is Solana's #1 marketplace, and Puffsters is the place for any apparel your Web3 business might need or Web2. So make sure you go and check out Puffsters as well. But let's go and head over to Doc and check in with him and see what's good. Doc, how are we doing today, my man? Thank you for coming on OTB.
Thank you for having me on this cold and frosty Tuesday winter morning over here in Australia. So yes, I'm from the future, and you haven't missed anything yet other than a cold morning. So enjoy the summer, because you guys are going to get into the cold months before you know it. So,
oh, Doc, I always wanted to know, right? What are the best months to actually come and visit us?
It depends what climate you're from. So like where I am in Canberra, sort of like winter, it's below zero at the moment here, but sort of like the days are usually fairly nice. It's cold overnight. It gets over 40 degrees in summer here, Celsius. So spring's probably nice for most people. So and obviously it depends what part of Australia you're in, because like Australia is like 3 times the size of Europe. So we've got 3 time zones, and I'm closer to New Zealand than I am to Perth. So just to so yeah, it's a big country. So full of wonderful people.
And giant spiders.
And giant spiders, Teddy's saying, Doc.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we keep them as pets.
Oh, shit, bro, have you seen these spiders? Look, they're like the size of your head, bro.
Oh shit, man! Oh, that's crazy. But no, Doc. Once again, thank you for coming up on OTB. The format of OTB is fairly simple. We're just getting to know about you and what the Donkeyverse has got going on. So let's dive into it. And Doc, give us a kind of breakdown on your first steps into Web3, and maybe a bit before that, and what's your background?
My background. What used to be a copywriter in the advertising industry, a creative director, years and years and years ago. I lived in Asia for a number of years, working as a creative, like freelance and for various agencies, and then ended up moving back to Australia and changed careers. Ended up managing hospitality venues, so running nightclubs in Sydney, which was a lot of fun. Until I had a major back injury lifting something like a teenager when I wasn't a teenager anymore, and that basically put me out of the workforce. So how I got into Web3, I was basically sitting at home, basically with a severe, bunch of slip discs in my back, and recuperating, and just happened to be watching Max Kaiser when he was broadcasting the Kaiser Report on RT. This is back in like 2012 or something like that, and he was talking about this thing called Bitcoin that was very new and exciting at the time. And so I looked into that, and at the time there were Bitcoin faucets where you could get small amounts of Bitcoin, and there were other things where you could get free small amounts of it was small amounts by those times, 0.05 BTC you could get for watching a video, clicking a video. So it's like basically using it as a click farm reward token. So I just, with nothing else to do and hardly being able to walk at the time, I basically was just, collecting Bitcoin for free. It was just something to do whilst I was, recuperating at home from this back injury. Yeah, so that's the midget porn story. Is that some of the videos that you click on were actually midget porn videos, and I was getting Bitcoin for watching midget porn. Um, and So then that wallet got corrupted for 10 years, and so there was two wallets. The first wallet I had almost a whole Bitcoin in from watching these videos and clicking away. I managed to encrypt that when I was incredibly stoned and never remembered the password for it again.
Oh,
And
shit.
that laptop blew up. So I had about you know. Then I started a new wallet and started click farming again. And the second wallet, which had I think about a 20th of a Bitcoin in it ended up getting corrupted, and so it sat there unmolested for about 10 years until my mate who's in IT was actually able to reconstruct the wallet and get the Bitcoin out. So even though I managed to lose almost an entire Bitcoin by encrypting a wallet when I was completely wasted. I still did manage to make about $4,000 out of watching midget porn videos. So that was my introduction to Web3, and it's only been upwards and onwards since then. I wasn't in crypto for like a number of years after getting into it, because like the market was just so insanely volatile, and there was like all the issues with the Magic the Gathering website hack and all of there were no proper trading platforms available really at the time, and the volatility was just so insane that it was just something that I wasn't really looking at as an investment. And then sort of like the bull run in like about 2020, 21 happened, and that was when I sort of decided to take a bit of a get more into crypto, and that's how I started. Started on the XRPL because it was kind of new and exciting at the time. And within a couple of months, I'd been recruited to join the XR Donkeys project, which is the original launch of the Donkeyverse. And obviously, when you're an NFT project, the best place to start is on a blockchain that doesn't support NFTs at the time. We basically had to wait 18 months before NFTs went live to be able to actually mint our first collection. So there was a lot of poker playing and a lot of stuff going on in the meantime with all the NFT projects on the XRPL, waiting for NFTs to be supported. So we're on the XRPL. We're still on the XRPL, and bit over a year and a half ago now, I was sort of. The way it always works, a friend of a friend gets you into a project, and you meet somebody else, and it goes from there. So, a friend of mine from another XRPL project got me into Undead Genesis, and then that was taken over by Rico as part of the three projects he revived, along with Great Goats and Candies. And then I sort of like fully got into the ecosystem there, got into gains, got to know Rico a bit, and then basically because gaming was something that we'd wanted to do at Donkeys for a number of years, we weren't actually able to do that with the current functionality of NFTs on the XRPL, and the fact that it doesn't have smart contracts and stuff like that. I mean, the XRPL is really excellent for some things, but for others, it's still got a little way to go before it catches up with some of the other chains. So we decided to branch over to Solana, and that's been sort of like the major focus of where the team's been building for about the last 18 months now. So we were part of the original GOTM DAO when we moved over, and we've still got excellent working relationships with Orbis and with all the crew over at Gains, but with the GOTM game getting put on hold, we basically just had to build our own. So that's what we've done. So Herb Donkey, who's the another project founder, basically did the meme and learnt to code. And we've spent the last 9 months basically full time developing this idle game, which just launched a couple of days ago. So it's a major achievement for the project, and we're all really proud of what we've actually been able to build, and it's a fun game to play. So, but we can get into that later. But so yeah, that's a potted history of how I got into Web3. Part of it was motivated by the goings on with all the COVID pandemic lockdowns and stuff like that, and stuff governments was doing. I was thinking, shit, it's like, if it gets really bad, we might need to relocate. And I think there's a few people that were worried about that at the time. So the idea of having money that you could was out of, in theory, out of reach of the government, that you could transfer across borders and things like that was something that was appealing to me at the time. Fortunately, like all the worst cases that some people were anticipating with COVID haven't come to pass. Haven't come to pass yet. So things have settled down. But yeah, so now it's sort of like NFTs become a lifestyle after a while. If anybody's been into it for long enough, so there's always an exciting new project to jump into. So,
yeah, Doc, no doubt. I mean, firstly, thank you for that intro, and wow, earning Bitcoin while watching midget porn, Teddy.
As if you needed any reason to watch it already.
and then losing it all.
Of course.
That's probably dirty money that went back to where it came from.
How many hours did you watch midget porn for, Doc?
It was one of those things that you could have like 10 windows open and click on 10 different videos.
Right.
It was literally just a click farm. So, but yes, it was. So Bridget Powers, if anybody wants to look her up. But anyway, okay, Bridget. So that was not really my kind of thing, but we'll watch porn for Bitcoin. So.
In a heartbeat, bro. In a heartbeat. Man!
Only imagine your browser history, Doc.
Yeah, when you could get 0.05 BTC back in the day for watching a video, you can sort of get an idea of how much the asset class is appreciated. Because I think Bitcoin's about $10 at the time. So yeah, I was you could say like an early adopter to a certain stage, and then managed to fuck that up as well. So and lose most of it. But I think if you haven't got a crypto story like that, you're not trying hard enough.
We got to bring that protocol back, man. Midget porn for Bitcoin is we gotta.
Well, that's a concept for a business model that I think would be quite successful.
We got to throw it over to strategy. They could use it right now. You know what I'm saying? No, thanks for that story. That was great.
Doc, when you entered Solana, right? I've got a question, right? What were the kind of NFT projects that you were kind of trading in Solana? Were there any particular ones that stood out for you, and what was the reason for you kind of getting involved with them?
A lot of it, if you've been in this game for a long time and you're an absolute degen, like you tend to go off word of mouth after a while from people that you know. Like if you because of all the rugs and all the promises that people make and then don't keep, and I tend to go by word of mouth in terms of somebody, you get the word through the grapevine, or there's a new project that's minting, blah blah blah. So I sort of got into under Genesis at the time, and then I think it rugged, and then Rico derugged it. So yeah, I wasn't trading heavily on Solana initially until sort of like I got involved in the ecosystem that Rico was building. In terms of Solana NFTs, I mean, like when you're coming from the XRPL, I mean, it's sort of like going from a horse and cart to driving a Formula One in terms of the stuff that you can do with NFTs. Yeah. So like dynamic or programmable NFTs have only just come into the XRPL in the last few months. So the idea that you could have an NFT and then change it afterwards and change the traits and upgrade it and customize it, and as well as having like smart contracts in it. I mean, it's kind of like, I mean, like for me, like it's the artwork is obviously a key part of it, but it's not so much like for NFTs. I think people think they're like JPEGs on the internet, but like I mean, effectively the digital certificates of ownership as well that allows you to do various things like which is what we've effectively used these tools for building into our game. So it was sort of the utility of the NFTs and what you could do with them, and sort of like the whole new applications and income streams that it opens up for both investors and for people that are making projects. So I've been evangelizing gaming as a as sort of like one of the main directions NFTs can go to get mainstream adoption. So people actually own their in-game assets rather than just buying skins or something like that. So and it's obviously good for the people that are playing the game, because if they decide they don't want to play anymore, they can sell their in-game assets. So in our case, it's the DKV NFTs. They can upgrade them by playing the game, and then they can sell them hopefully for a profit to a new player or somebody that wants to acquire it. So and then from the project side of view, the revenue streams is like we can sell traits, we can get royalties. So it's a totally different business model to the way that sort of like gaming has statically been done. It's a lot more interactive, and I think it empowers both the game creator and the people playing the game. In terms of having self-custody and ownership of your in-game assets, and just knowing that all the time and effort that you put into the game is actually going to be reflected in the value of your asset at the end of it, or hopefully reflected in the value of your asset at the end of it, because obviously there's no guarantees in crypto. So yeah, like I mean, I think in terms of NFTs, like I'm obviously the artwork is key. I mean, if you hate looking at it, you're generally not going to use it. But I mean, there's plenty of ugly NFTs out there that seem to go for good money. So it's not all about the artwork. But yeah, so I think what I found interesting about Solana was there was much more of a developed NFT culture on Solana than there was at the XRPL. Like the user base of the XRPL is tiny compared to Solana as well. So like, I mean, it was kind of, I suppose like, moving from a village to a big city in terms of the NFT scene on Solana. So like, I mean, on the XRPL, like most of the projects, we all knew each other. We'd all do collabs together. We'd all play poker together for the 18 months that we were waiting for NFTs to be supported. And then you move on to Solana, and it's a completely different world, just in terms of the scale of the number of users on the blockchain. I think it's about 20 times at the time we moved over. I think the market was about 20 times the size on Solana that it was on the XRPL. So obviously, like that there's great opportunities that come in swimming in the pool with the big fish, but you basically have to work 10 times as hard to be able to stand out. So that's what we've been trying to build for the last year or so. Is just sort of like developing our brand presence, getting to know a few partner projects that we like working with, and then just building and trying to add value for our community, which is what we've always done. So the move to Solana has basically allowed us to build a lot more in a shorter period of time than what we would have been able to on the XRPL. We do have plans like in the future to have the game on the XRPL as well, but for the time being, we're basically going to be focusing on Solana because there's a few technical issues in terms of like swapping from one blockchain to another with the game, and just in terms of the way NFTs work and things like that. So the game would need to be modified from the Solana version to work on the XRPL, but that is something that we are looking at in the future. So yeah, like Solana's a new home of the Donkeyverse, and I think we've sort of like gone from strength to strength when we moved over, and met some really great project leaders and some really great community members, which is probably one of the highlights of Web3 for me is the fantastic people that you meet from all over the world, and the team at DKV is a reflection for that. So like all the team members, myself included, originally came from the XRPL community that we had over there, and then the ones that were really passionate and really into the project got invited to join. So I was the first non-founder. So the founder is Herb Donkey and Mrs. Donkey, and they're a husband and wife couple that are based in the UK. So Mrs. Donkey isn't that visible online, but she does all the back of house stuff. She's an accountant by profession. So and Herb does webmastering as his other job, so after. I think I was one of the first people to join the XR Donkeys community, and Herb reached out to me and asked, would you like to join the project? And I was like, okay, why not? And that was 5 years ago. So I'm the Australian team member. Like, we've had a few team members over the years from the Netherlands and from and the UK and from the US. At the moment, we've got 3 team members in the UK and myself over here in Australia, and we've been working together for 5 years, built all this stuff, and we've never met each other in person, which is one of the cool things I think about Web3, and that's definitely something we do have on our to-do list is get together for a DKV barbecue.
No doubt. I mean,
and obviously, when crypto moons and we all retire, we're going to buy Donkey Island and start a private donkey sanctuary and intentional.
You've got to have your own farm.
Have your own donkey farm on a private island. So I think
your own studio to shoot.
That's a long-term plan. So
no, and just a quick question, Doc. When did the Mint start?
That started from memory, New Year's Day 2025. So the Mint's been going for a while. Mm-hmm. So in terms of where we're at in the Mint, so like I said, when we moved over, it was basically to join the GOTM game, and so fully understandable for things changed. Like Rico's put that on hold and he's built Orbis instead, which when you look at the overall market, I think that needed to happen. Mm-hmm. Because let's just say with the existing marketplaces, there are various issues that affect both holders and projects. My personal pet hate is the automated market makers, the bots that trade NFTs. I absolutely hate them. So they just suppress your floor price. They screw everyone other than the people running them. And the marketplaces that are making the money on the volume. So I'm sort of encouraged that I don't, as far as I know, that then they're not going to be on Orbis. So it'd be good riddance to that stuff. With the game being shelved, I mean, we were basically thinking, okay, well, we've set the project up to be a gaming project, and unfortunately with the GOTM game being shaved, we don't have a game, so we better build one. So that was a decision we made about 9 months ago, and so it took as long to make this game as it did to make a baby, working full time and probably not as much fun as making a baby, but yeah, we've sort of gone through the birthing pains, and it's been countless hundreds and hundreds of hours of testing. To try and get the game playable, get it right, and make it a fun game to play. So, sort of like, so the Mint has been going for a while, but the difference is now, if you got in early, you got to stake for GOTM tokens for a year. We've stopped the GOTM staking, and we're swapping over to our own DKV token. So the difference is your NFTs now have utility. Which is something that we've been striving for. For a while. Which it's all about the utility these days. I mean, artwork's fantastic, but at the end of the day, it's what you can do with an NFT that changes it from being a JPEG.
Doc, I understand your pain, because I aped into games because of said game that got shelved as well. I've been pleasantly happy with the pivot, but that was originally why I got into games too, because I saw the game and was hooked immediately. So the pivot's been nice, but I understand. I mean, you guys were banking on it as well. Like, we were waiting for this game.
Look, I mean, everything in the project. I mean, just completely honest. Like, I mean, we get no issues with Rico. We don't have bad blood or anything like that. But our entire project was basically organized on the premise that our NFTs were going to have utility in the game. So, the staking was in GOTM, the trait store was in GOTM. And the trouble is, like, when you don't have, when the game is on hold indefinitely, there's no reason for people to bid. So I'm like, oh, great, we're a project without a purpose at the moment. So, like, we basically had to, like with the budgets that we're working at, which is probably enough to catch a bus halfway across town, and walk back. We had to learn to do it all in house. So I mean that was a very steep learning curve for Herb. Learning Unity and basically getting that to happen, and then the rest of us becoming game testers and learning how to test the crap out of something, find bugs, articulate that in a way that can have it fixed, and then try and just get the gameplay balance right. So I think with a lot of some of these crypto games are they're effectively gamified staking. A lot of them, they're a bit grindy. Like it's just like click button, do repetitive tasks. So what we wanted was a game that was fun to play, whether it was Web3 or not. So I mean, what we took was an existing known game format, which is called a tycoon loop, and we've added Web3 to that. So the game itself is really playable, whether you use NFTs or not, and it is free to play. So in terms of the play to earn aspect, you do need at least one NFT to be able to earn from the game, but it's a fun game to play if you just want a bit of entertainment and something to do. You can play the game right through. It's just that the last farm, which is the DKV token farm, isn't enabled unless you have an NFT in your wallet. So we're sort of like looking as a way that we can sort of like onboard people that aren't familiar with Web3 but are familiar with idle games. We can basically show them, rather than the micropayment transactions and stuff that are in the standard games that you download for your phone, which is the accepted business model, and lots of people play things like that. They pay to play because it's entertainment for them. We've just looking at pushing that model a bit further, whether you can actually start to earn a bit of earn some tokens, earn upgrades for your NFTs just through gameplay. So that was the philosophy. It has to be a fun game to play, and what I can tell you is, I've been testing this game for 9 months, and I still play it every day. It's a fun game to play, and it's designed to be expandable in a load of different directions. So that's one of the things that we will be doing as we go forward is continually adding new content, more mini games, new worlds. There's a partner world with another Solana project that's in the works, which is Omet or Empire. We'll be doing a partner world with them, so you'll be able to use Empire NFTs in that world. So that's in the future. So we basically want to demonstrate proof of concept that our game is up and running and working. Get all the last minute bugs out that you always find the day after you go live, and just build from there. So start at the ground and then build your way up through hard work and dedication. I think stay in the trenches and keep grinding, I think is what everybody that is serious about being an NFTs needs to do. And if something isn't working, you got to regroup and pivot. So that's what we had to do as a project with building our own game. And I think with all the hard work, I think we've actually come up with a fairly good product. So I see on my screen the Idle Donkeys game. So,
quick question: this is optimized for desktop, mobile, or both, or right now?
Desktop at the moment. So there is going to be an Android and an iPhone version coming out at some point. But so this is basically, to start with, we wanted to do something that people didn't have to download. So people can just log into the website. You can play there. You can log in with your Google ID, so your game will be saved across all your devices. So pretty much anything you've got an internet connection in, you can log in, sign in with Google, and then the game will remember you, and then you can log back in. So all right. So what you've got, okay, if you see I'll just go through the top panel.
Sure.
So basically, the ribbon across the top, that's a little shortcut menu to all the different farms that you're going to open. So you start with a hay farm at the left. You buy a hay farm that creates hay, that gives you money. You buy another hay farm. So if you want to, so where you've got just above where your cursor is, where it says buy 10, if you click that button a few times, it will go. So that's the number of upgrades the number of farms that you're buying at any one time. So if you keep going through, because sometimes the amounts of money that you're going to be buying with. So if you click one more, okay, so that puts it so that uses 100% of your money on buying any purchase. If you click the buy button one more time, it'll go back to 1. That one, yep. Okay, so this is where the starting point is. So you start with 700 hay and a blank screen. So if you put buy 1 on the hay farm, if you click that, yeah, okay, and then if you hit the collect button, that will start the production cycle. Okay. So now what this will do, so at the end, so you're making 1 hay per second. So then at the end of that, so you'll see your hay, you click it again. Okay. So yeah, so that's the concept. And if you want to hit level up 1, it'll the second button versus the hay. So if you click level up 1, it'll be level 2 hay. So the price goes up each time.
Wait, Doc, you sound like you're underwater. You sound like you're in a submarine right now. I don't know what happened, but I can't hear you on my end at least.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
It's clear now.
Okay, that's better.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Now pushing buttons is fun, but
right.
if you want to hit hire manager, which is the button in the panel underneath, the big green one.
Yeah.
You hit hire manager. Okay, so what these guys do, these automate your production. But so we've got 5 different levels of manager, and they steal different amounts from you. So obviously, what you can start with is the cheapest manager, or the one that you can afford. So you can afford, let's say Little Vic, who's named after my son for breaking things. So if you click hire on that, okay, so close.
Now hired.
Okay,
so you don't have to
now
click
this bar
anymore.
is automated.
Let's go.
And that will and you'll see in the top panel in the middle your skim loss is going up, which is how much the donkey's stealing off you out of your earnings. So your total hay is going up as well.
Right.
So the idea is that if you're not playing with NFTs, the idea is that you basically you hire the crappiest manager that you can afford to automate it, because then the game will keep running when you're offline. And you slowly hire better managers. So I don't know whether any of you guys has a DKV NFT, but when you put you click the attach NFT button, that will scan your wallet. Like you connect your wallet, you scan your wallet, and the DKV NFTs. First of all, they don't skim anything, and secondly, the traits of the NFTs give you boosts in the game.
Look,
so,
go buy one. And
I was just going to say that.
You can mint one in the game.
Yeah.
So
Doc, I was about to rage quit if I had to click over and over again. So glad this is a manager. I'm not even going to lie. I'm so glad there's a manager, and I love that he's stealing from you, because it's so apropos to real life. So let's go.
So we got one here, Doc, on the floor on Orbis. Shall we? If we grab this,
if you want to grab that, he's got some good traits.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that.
So I'm not sure whether I think there's a trait list posted somewhere, but there's one in the game in terms of the bonuses that you get from each NFT. So here we go, buying a DKV live.
There we go.
Now, if you go
back to the game. Yes, sir. Let's go back to the game.
There we go. Let's see what.
Okay, so that's basically, this is the offline mode. So that's how much money you made when you weren't playing the game. So that's the beauty of the managers. So when you click away and you do something else, you come back, you're still earning as long as you've got the managers. So what you can do now is you can level up your hay farm. So if you click level up 1, you can click that a few times. So you'll see your total. You can see your total hay coming down. You keep clicking that. Once you level up to level 10, so obviously you got to wait until you earn the money to buy the next level. So when you have 10 hay farms, that unlocks the oats farm, which is the next one down, and then you basically repeat that process. You get up to level 10, unlock the next farm, and the idea being that you hire better managers as you go. So if you're not playing with NFTs, if you go to select manager button again, you'll see that there's 5 different. If you hit the green button, the select manager button, there's 5 different levels of managers. So you can see the top one. The top one skims 20%. So that and then the NFTs are the same price point as the top manager. So they cost you more to hire, but you lose less to skimming. So the idea being, like, I mean, skimming, it does kind of suck, but it allows you to automate stuff, so that you don't basically have to hit collect every business cycle, and make things a bit more easy. But having said that, my son managed to play through until about the 5th business without actually using any managers. I was like, "How did you do that?" He goes, "I was pushing buttons." I was like, "Okay, that's fun if you're 6, I guess." But
right.
So basically the idea is that you upgrade the managers to minimize your skim loss, which allows you to keep more of the earnings. You upgrade your farm, and then you move on to the next one. So if you that's okay. You hit the other button. So that's upgrading managers.
Shit. Okay.
So you're now level 2. So you can upgrade the managers as well as the farms. So what upgrading the managers does is it increases the hay per second, and it reduces the time of the cycle. So basically, like everything's incremental in the game. So if you hit level up 1 again, you'll see like your hay per second has gone up to 7, and so like you want to basically, so now the little green thing on the hay farm shows you're earning 18 hay per second. 60% of that's getting skimmed, and so basically what you want to do is save up until you can. So if you click level up one more time, you'll unlock the next level. So you can scroll down. If you can scroll, so you see the grain farms open. So now you can basically repeat that process. So you do that, and like everything gets progressively more expensive as you go through. So the idea being that you have to spend time leveling up your existing businesses so that it doesn't take you forever to earn. Like you want to get your hay per second up high before launching into the next one. So and then
you start with something non-exotic like hay, and then you upgrade to oats, and then the next one is carrots. I see that. Okay. So
we've got all the different farms, and then So that's basically the same. Like you've got your yummy treats, which is like the last of the regular businesses, and then there's there's 3 currencies within the game. I'll try and keep this simple. Like hay is basically what you buy most of your businesses with. You'll see like on the top right of the screen, like there's a little blue crystal. So that's the second currency in the game, which is locked at the moment, which is a crystal mine. So if you go to the shop, you'll be able to see, like if you go to say click on upgrades or boosts, you can see that for 2,000 crystals, you'll be able to upgrade that. So the game is there's all these upgrades, and these are permanent ones that you can buy, and then that stays with your game. So the idea being is when you upgrade through all the businesses, you get better tools, you get better managers, you earn more, you buy better businesses that earn you more hay, you repeat, and then you get up to the crystal farm, which allows you to buy boosts, premium, things like that. There's a lot of different things that you can do. So some of these things, what you'll see is like luck and things like that. So after you go through, you go right through, you open up all your businesses, and then if you're playing with an NFT, you can start farming DKV. When you get to a certain level, there's a button under the player one that says no buyers yet. So when you get to the yummy treats, which I think is the third to the last business, when you reach a certain threshold in that, you get given the option of selling your empire, which takes you back to the start. Resets the game effectively, but then you get a choice of a permanent upgrade. So the 7 columns that are on the top, the top right panel. So these are the things that you can boost in the game. So the top panel is all the businesses, and these are also the boosts that the traits give you per manager. So we've sort of broken stuff down so that you can do everything at a single business level, or you can do it at a full business, like the whole empire level.
Mm.
So the idea being that you can get a permanent speed boost when you reset the game, or the next time you go through, you can pick a cost reduction bonus, and so that makes everything either the business cycles run faster. You make more money per cycle. The cost of buying the next leg up is less. We added, so after you've reset the first time, okay, you can hire an NFT manager now. So if you want to hit attach NFT,
Okay.
Let's go.
Attach NFT. We'll go to our Phantom. Connect. Claim and continue. Right. Scanning wallet. Where's our?
hopefully there he is.
There we
Okay,
go.
so now what you can see from this guy, he's got -10 resistance and -10 repair. So those aren't a factor in the game right at the moment. But once you've restarted, you click higher.
Okay.
Okay, so now you go back to close that screen. So you see now he's skimming 0. So the skim loss has stopped because you're no longer losing money to skimming, and you get to keep 100%. So obviously that allows you to move through the game a bit faster. So if you wanted to, now what you can do, that's automated and running away. So you can buy your first grain farm, but then you need a manager for that as well. So you'll have to hit collect until you've got enough hay to hire a manager. So there's a little bit of strategy. The idea it's generally a better idea to wait until you've got enough hay to buy the next farm and a manager, unless you want to sit there hitting collect or just not worry about the hay that you're missing out on if it isn't automated. And
so Doc, that NFT that we bought, we can apply them to the next one as well, or we got to get a different one?
You got to use a different one. But
okay, I like that though. It encourages people to get another NFT.
But what you can do is you can say you're playing the game, you've only got one DKV NFT, so that allows you to earn tokens. What you would do is you would put your DKV manager on the business that makes you the most money. So you're not losing anything, you're skimming from that, and then you get the bonuses on that, and you just forgo the money that you lose to skimming. It's just the cost of doing business in the Donkeyverse, unfortunately. But I mean, you can use up to 14 NFTs in one game. At the moment there aren't that many people in our community that own that many. And so you can use a combination of the skim, the skimming managers and the NFT managers. So most people that are playing the game aren't going to be playing with like 14 NFTs. But like I said, you can play with 0 NFTs, or you can play with as many as you want. So you can see that one's automated as well. So your skim total's going up again because he's stealing 60% of what you make on that one. So the idea of the game is that you start off, you level up your managers. So if you want to scroll back up to
look, Liv said she'd send us another NFT if we put that up. So.
Give me an Addy.
I thought we were going to be getting you guys to sweep our floor for us whilst we're doing this. But if you click on surprise,
where
right in the middle of the
Doc, I got to say, I'm impressed, and I love the whole skimming aspect of it. How did you guys come up with that? Because that's brilliant.
That was Herb. Look, Herb's a gamer.
Okay.
Like I said, this is a known game format. It's called a Tycoon Loop, so it's an accepted known game format, and we just added levels to it that allowed a bit more strategy, rather than just like a button pusher. Right? So that's the surprise. It gives you useless donkey facts that you never knew. So if you can close that one, that's all it does. I'll show you the fishing. So this is basically to break up the grind of it. We added a few elements that it's designed to make it more fun. So if you look at the top panel, so there's the third one from the left at the bottom of the top panel. It says "Go fishing."
Where are we?
Left.
Yes.
Yep.
Requires 10K.
10,000 hay. Oh well, we'll have to wait. But that allows you to go fishing, and you can catch donkey fish for crystals. So it's a shortcut to getting crystals, and it's basically you can fish once every 24 hours. When you buy the fishing boost, you can cut the time to down to 12 hours. But it just breaks up the grind. It allows you to get crystals. You can upgrade the fishing. So that's one of the axes of expandability that we have as well. So like we're going to be adding more mini games, and ideally over the coming coming upgrades to the game, we'll be adding tournaments in the mini games as well that people will be able to play periodically. So it is so it's not just a button pusher that it's all grind. We wanted to make it playable and fun as well, and give it some character. So that's why you've got the fun donkey characters and the tone of it and the fun that's associated with. And we decided to make it like basically a game that was suitable for all ages. So like my two kids have been playing with it, and they probably know more about NFTs and blockchain than the average adult does now. So it's been a good learning experience for them. And they were the two best game breakers that there are. All right. So what else can I say?
I've got a quick question, right? So out of these, right, speed, production, cost, etc. Does your NFT metadata affect any of these? Can they be boosted?
It does. Or? It does on the panel for the manager. So you'll see like on the where you've got the DKV NFT manager, you'll see that you've got the same 7 axes there. So this guy's got 10% resistance and 10% repair. So what those ones are, like after you've gone through the game the first time and reset the first time, what we introduce is kind of like chaos events, where those can be either good or bad. So like your donkeys can go on strike, or they can get abducted by aliens, and that affects your production. And so like there's negative events and there's positive events, and they can be either global that affect your entire empire, or they can affect one business in particular. So you'll see the little ribbon at the top where you've got 2 green bars that shows which ones are open and which ones are managed. They'll start flashing either green or red when you've got a good event or a bad event happening. And you can either say your manager gets abducted by aliens, like it's for a limited period of time. So for a number of hours, your production is going to get cut because until that event resolves itself. So you can resolve it immediately by paying crystals or by paying hay, or you can buy insurance against the events. So like what you can't see at the moment is on each business, an insurance button will pop up, which is that allows you to buy an insurance policy that mitigates how often mitigates the effects of these negative events. You also do have positive events where you'll get an inheritance from like a long lost uncle or something like that, and then production will be up, or somebody puts up a motivational poster and that boosts production. So you don't actually have to do anything for those. You just enjoy them while they last. So in terms of like where you've got your cursor at the moment, so you see the 7 axes. So the first 3, speed, production, and cost, they're sort of like they relate to like how fast, how much hay that you produced, and how much the cost of the next upgrade is. Where you've got resistance, repair, and insurance, those 3 are mitigating the effects of negative events. So with the manager that you've got, like when events are enabled after the first reset, so you'll get events 10% less frequently, and they'll be 10% cheaper to repair using that manager. And then the bottom one, luck, increases the chances of a positive event. So you don't have a bonus with that. But the good thing is, you can swap traits. So what you can do is you can customize the traits of your NFTs to give you the mix of bonuses that suit your playing style. So if you're somebody that wants to protect against protects against negative events, like there's traits for that. If you want to increase the chances of getting good events, there's traits for that. If you want to increase the speed production, there's traits for that. Now obviously there's more axes than, and the traits are cumulative. So if you get 5% boost, two traits that are worth 5% each, that'll give you a 10% boost overall. So it allows you to fine tune the power of the manager in the game. And the idea, you mint an NFT, you play it, and solely through gameplay, you can earn all the tokens that you need to upgrade. So if you want to Okay, so yeah, that's the stats page. That just shows how long you've been playing, what your DKV. So if you see your daily cap, just there. So because you're playing with one NFT, you've got a cap.
I got a second one to send you. Liv sent me one. Joe sent me one. So.
Oh, is it in the thing? So I just have to sign
No.
it to this one then.
I didn't know what wallet you were using. I
TNL.
DM'd you. Oh, is that what you're using? Oh yeah, I'll send it there.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
So we've got another one. Just a quick one, Doc. So we can upgrade this manager now. So we can upgrade our.
Okay, so what that will do. So if you hit, if you click that one. Okay, so that gets you to level 1. So, like, what you need to do, when you get to level 2, your hay per second will increase, and the time that the cycle takes to change will reduce. So you can do that with like, it's the same as leveling up a business. So it earns more, it goes faster. So the idea being like you level up your manager, and each time you, like, say with a manager. So the first time you have to get to level 2, you have to upgrade it 2 times. To get to level 3, you have to upgrade it 4 times. To get to level 4, you have to upgrade it 8 times. So each time it doubles. So when you're getting up to level 8 and 9, it's like you have to buy 1,000 copies of the manager to upgrade it to the next level. So it's a trade-off in terms of like where you're putting your money to get the maximum bang for your buck, like, you know, or whatever your style is. There's no right or wrong way to play this. I mean, some strategies will let you play through the game faster.
I sent that NFT over, by the way. It's in the wallet.
Oh, let's go. So if we go attach NFT, scanning wallet, and let's see if we can. Oh, there we are. Oh, look at that pirate. Ooh,
Appreciate
look at
you,
this
Joe.
one. Oh, he's a good one.
He sent a banger.
He's got at least 4 traits that.
Let's go.
Legend.
Let's go. I know someone who's got 14 NFTs working on their game.
Liv is farming. Let's go, Liv. Appreciate you.
So hire that guy, and then that'll update your. Click hire.
So clicked hire.
Okay.
Is that loaded?
No, I could try to get it. Might be because it's a new NFT. This could be a undiscovered game bug that we've just found, but yeah, we'll see.
All right.
Higher.
Maybe you got to refresh.
Okay. You might need to
refresh the screen.
Yeah, you might need to. So
okay, let's do that quickly.
Well, we just found a bug. Good stuff.
We've been, we've been. You know what it's like. I mean, you're building software. I mean, it's like, you think you found all the bugs, and then the day after it goes live, you think, great.
Okay, Liv says she's at 605 hay per second.
Wow.
Yeah, it might just be a simple wallet reconnect.
Okay.
All right. So higher.
Oh, okay.
Disconnect your wallet and then connect it.
Yeah. If you go to if you close that window, you go to player. You click on it.
If I go to where's the player
at the top, just above where you got your mouse.
Right. Yeah. Click on player.
You click on that. You can
sign out.
Sign out and then sign back in again. So you just sign in with Google.
1 second.
You got to put your name as TNL, bro. You're a player. You're just a player.
I'm a player. Okay. Continue.
Yes, okay. we do have a rude words filter on the player names because it's an all ages game. Yeah.
Let's keep it as TNL Teddy. TNL Farms. Okay.
There we go.
Right. So now we do attach NFT.
Yeah, absolutely work this time.
Yeah, come on.
Try disconnecting and reconnecting. Failing that, we'll just move on and pretend it didn't happen.
Right.
Yeah. So like I said, we've found a couple of bugs, but if you get switch wallet, try that. Yeah, and then hit it again.
Wallet disconnected.
Yeah, try it again.
There you go.
Solana sign in. Come on, save. Okay. And then we do attach no skin. Okay.
We got this.
Come on.
No, awesome. No. It's not working.
Son of a
maybe.
I know Herb's going to be having conniptions while watching this, but
Don't lose your shit, Herb. We're good. We're good.
Yeah, no, we'll fix it. We'll fix it. So,
Oh wait, and Liv is saying you need 8K to attach.
oh,
NFT.
that would be why. That would be why you can't afford it.
Look at that. At least
Oh,
someone's
look
paying
at
attention.
the chat telling the game developer why it's not working.
Chat. Another W for
Thank you.
chat.
Thank
Much
you, chat.
love. All right. We
Oh,
gotta wait a
okay,
little while.
yes. You can't
Okay.
afford it. Check your balances. Yes. Okay. Thanks.
Right.
It will be done. We'll be there soon.
Oh,
We'll be
yeah,
there.
okay.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, we'll come back to it.
Yes, there was nothing wrong with it. Yes, it's because
We just don't know how to read. That's what it comes down to.
I
Yes,
just want to
it tells you how
level
much you
up.
actually need. So you need 8K to hire the second manager. So we'll be there in a minute.
All right, this game is not for anyone that doesn't like to read because apparently we
Yeah.
don't. Let's go.
Anyway, so if you want to click on the shop, I'll show you something else in that as well. So
Sure.
you can click on traits.
It's true.
Okay, so that basically shows you, like, we've minimized it for space, but like that shows you all the traits that you can buy in the game and the boost that they give you, and so you can use you can buy them in hay, in crystals, or in DKV. So you can actually earn all the tokens within the game that you need to upgrade. So obviously the hay are the lower tier traits, the crystals are the mid tier one, and then the DKV are the high tier ones. We are going to have basically any trait that you buy within the game gets added to your inventory in the DKV trait store, which is the GOTM trait store. So and then you basically select your NFT. You go to the trait store, select the NFT, go to your inventory. You pick the traits that you bought in the game, and you can apply them to your NFT. So you can't afford any of those traits because they're the 50 million hay or crystals, which you don't have yet, or DKV, which you don't have. But yes, through gameplay you can upgrade your NFTs, which gives you, obviously the more bonuses, and then that increases their value on the secondary market. So
wait, that's
the NFTs.
That's awesome.
Wait, can I get those traits there?
So yeah, you can see which we've actually got a list in our Discord of what the traits do, and I think on our trait store there's a little Rico put in a little information window on our trait store that shows you what the individual traits do. So not every trait that we have has utility in the game, but anybody that wants to go shopping, because there is no correlation between floor price and what these NFTs do in the game. You can actually pick up some pretty powerful NFTs right off the floor, like you guys did just then. That have, so say like the ones I can see now, like the King's chair, like that one,
the King's chair, yeah,
the hook's used in the game. I think the gold tooth might be, but you can go through and see what traits what the traits do in the game, and then you can see that's going to revalue the NFT. So there are the one of ones. There's 10 one of ones in the collection. They have the biggest bonus out of all of them. They give you plus 60% in every category. So there's 5 one of ones that have been discovered so far. There's still 5 in the mint, and that's Yolanda's Deadpool. So yes, Yolanda, our legendary community member from the Netherlands. There's 5 of them that have been revealed. There's still 5 in the mint. So you can you'll notice there's all these poker donkeys there as well. Yeah. So the poker donkeys, that's like what we've been doing for years is playing poker. Like I said, it started when we couldn't actually mint NFTs on the XRPL, and we've been playing poker ever since. So moving over to Solana, you play for poker traits. And so each trait means you've won a game. So whoever owns that one has won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games. Wow. And you can't buy these traits. You can only win them. And the poker traits give you huge bonuses in the game as well, and they're free if you can win them. So it's basically like we're looking at sort of like joining all of our community events with the game and the entire ecosystem. Sort of like revolves around utility in the game. So you can win some poker traits, like have a fun free game of community poker, win a trait, apply that to your NFT, and then that gives you some major bonuses in the game. We are going to have another tier of trait which we're going to sell only in Solana, and they won't be available for sale in the game. And that will basically be used to bump up the liquidity pool for our token, which we've only just launched. So full disclosure, we don't have an LP for the token set up yet, but with the amount of it that's in circulation, that's not going to be an issue for a while. So what we're
who's the artist? Who's the artist of
Herb Donkey. Herb Donkey is the main artist, the founder. He's the artist as well.
Okay.
So like you'll see, if you want to hit the select manager, hit that one. The green one.
Can we do attach NFT now?
Yeah, you
that
can.
makes sense.
You got your 8K.
The first NFT was Herbert in honor of him. So got it.
So now we can do this.
Let's get it.
Yeah. Oh, look, it works when you've got enough money.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what happens when you do interviews like it's 7 a.m.
That's why we got chat, man.
The chat was it's very easy to learn. It is like it becomes. It looks a bit intimidating when you first start, but it is literally a button pusher, but with a little bit of strategy. So like with your NFTs, like if you want to upgrade the traits, then you can upgrade them for whatever is your playing style. So if you want, you can increase the speed production. Like you can do that per business with your NFTs, and then you can each time you reset the game, you complete the loop. You get a permanent upgrade, which is the big column of bars on the top right, and so slowly those bars will go up. And that allows you to progress faster through the game each time you go through it. Each time you reset, your earnings cap in DKV goes up. So in terms of like the play to earn aspect of it, that you get a daily allowance of DKV that you can earn per NFT, and that increases by 10 every time you reset, and there's no cap on that. So like when the game that I had when I was testing, I'd reset it about, I think, 20 times. That allows you to, particularly when you're playing with NFTs that got some good traits, you can progress back through the game, back to your DKV farm faster, but then your earnings cap is increased. So the idea being that you're going to be rewarded for playing the game the longer you play it. So there's no cap on the top earnings that you can get. It's just going to take you a little while to get there. You can see, like, we've been playing this for half an hour at the moment. So you're at that farm. The good thing about the idle game, you can play it for 5 minutes. You can leave it, like you automate your farms, and you can come back and you'll have a huge amount of hay. Then you can buy a load of stuff at once, put it away for so if you've only got a few minutes a day, you can jump in, spend your money and level up your farms, level up your managers, like progress through the game, and then you can leave it for the next time you want to play.
Doc, this auto saves, right? Do you have to save? Perfect. Okay.
The reason why there's a save game button is because you can play 3 slots with one login. So you can hit that one if you want. You can play 3 games at once. So if you hit the save game button, it won't do anything bad. It'll just open up another menu. So you can see, so we're playing in slot 1, and you've still got slots 2 and 3. So that allows. So these are for the people that have lots of NFTs. If you want to, or if you're just a junkie, you can play 3 games with no NFTs. We'll be doing
that because we're clearly junkies.
Adrenaline junkies, or click junkies. You can play with up to 42 NFTs with one login. So that's for the people that have. More like a large number of DKVs. We've got a couple of community members that have large collections of DKVs, so we wanted to, try and allow them to use as many of them as they could, and obviously for the ones that, when you've got 300 NFTs, like it's going to be a big ask unless you're playing like a dozen different games. The idea being that the game will add value to to the floor price of the NFTs, so that as more players come in, it allows you to upgrade your NFTs, upgrade the traits on them, and sell them to new players, hopefully for a profit. So it was basically a pivot that we had to make as a project, and this was the best. the best sort of like way that we could sort of like look after our larger holders,
Right.
as well as make it accessible to new people. So you can play with 0 NFTs. There's no play to earn aspect, but it's a fun game to play. If you play with NFTs, like the earnings cap is determined by the number of NFTs that you're playing with, as well as how many times you've reset the game and you've gone through the loop. And that's reflected in the stats as well. So another thing I could show you, if you go to the stats button.
Yep.
Doug, I got a quick question for you. So
Yep.
how's I know you've been live since August 1st. How's this been received by the community?
It's going well. Like, I mean, it's a slow start. It was a bit of a stealth launch.
Okay.
Simply because, like, I mean, everything is like last minute, trying to squash the last bugs that you find at the last minute.
Of course.
We're listed on playtoearn.com, and we seem to be getting some traffic from there. And I think the last time I checked, there was about 50 people playing,
Okay.
which is not bad for 3 days. Like for a small project like us,
Yeah.
but I mean, obviously, like we're looking at building that up. So if you go to achievements, which is the second tab there, these will unlock as you progress through the game and give you little gifts. So if you can click on, see if there's any that are unlocked. There may or may not be. So click on unlocked, that'll tell you which ones that you can. No, do you have any? Oh,
Hey,
There we
let's
go.
go.
so you can
There
claim
we go.
those. So it's a little bonus for you as you go through. So now you can level up a bit. And if you want to see how you're doing compared to everybody else, you can click on the leaderboard, and that will show you where you are. So
Rigged. It's rigged.
Oof.
oh, it's rigged. Yeah, Dr. Donkey.
Nearly 6 billion.
That's my
Hey.
kids. That's my kids.
Oh my gosh.
So that's when you use your children as child labor to farm tokens. For
Oh,
you.
no doubt my girls will be on this in a heartbeat.
So the leaderboard it's the this is obviously what we're going to be using for the tournaments and stuff like that in the future as well as we expand content and add more to the game and make it a lot more interactive between players and stuff like that. So the idle game will be the foundation level of the game that everyone plays. But then we're going to be introducing more mini games like tournament style stuff that are on a recurring level, on a recurring time period. And so like we might have a fishing tournament or something like that. So whoever catches the most fish in a week or a fortnight or something like that wins a prize. So do we you can go fishing now. So if you want to hit the go fishing button.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Fishing
Yes.
trip will cost
10K.
go
So
for
that
it.
scales as well. So,
look
so
at
this one. So the C button casts it, and the R button reels it in. So like in the bottom left, under the chat.
Let's go.
So,
So, Doc, you guys had to pivot and became a gaming studio in your
Yes,
pivot.
yeah. So click on the R button. There we go.
Right, tap it.
Click. Yeah, it's mouse click. Oh, you lost him.
Right. Okay.
So basically,
Too.
this is just something we did for a bit of fun to break up the grind. You can fish once every 24 hours. Like when the fish bites, and you can now mouse click.
Get
Yeah,
it,
you can see
get
the
it,
bar
get
going
it,
up. Get him.
Get it.
Oh, you're gonna get him.
Come on, look. You got this.
Hey, okay, you got a brain.
Look at you.
So now you can see you've got 43 total crystals. So like so that like you go fishing a few days, you'll be able to afford an upgrade or a time warp. So like if you go to shop and if you look on
Can I
boosts,
buy with those crystals, Doc?
I'm not sure you got enough. Yeah, so upgrades are a bit. What have you got? Yeah, so you could. Yeah, if you wanted. So these are time warps. So a lot of these ones. So you can buy them, add them to your inventory, and then so like if you're about to reset your farm, what you can do is you can do like a 24-hour time warp, which will then give you 24 hours earnings instantly, and then you can get a large chunk of money in one go. So it's basically just like jumping into the future to get the extra money. Like so, it allows you to level up faster. Same thing with the fishing upgrades. You can upgrade, how many. So these are the different boosts that you can get that you can buy with crystals. So it increases your production or increases your your luck or your resilience to the natural disasters or whatever. And then you can upgrade the fishing as well. So it allows you to have more crystals per catch. Like how it increases your chances of getting it. So like we've designed everything to be Oh, okay. Yeah. How to with yeah. You can withdraw and deposit DKV into the game from there. So. And there's a like basically for security purposes there's a daily cap on the amount of DKV that you can withdraw from the game, but like with the amounts and the other thing is like there's no tokens stored within the game, so you can't actually hack it. So yeah, we've basically tried to set this up with security in mind as well. So so like in terms of like the things that affect your NFT, like upgrading traits or minting, at the moment, those are done by third parties. So our minting's with Launch by NFT, and our trait store and staking is through GOTM. So that excellent security from those things. So, so like what we recommend people do is like with our staking store, which is a GOTM staking, the DKV staking site, we're primarily going to use that as a security device. So you can earn a tiny amount of DKV from staking, but the idea is that it freezes your NFTs in your wallet, and you can enable two-factor authentication. So if you click on a dodgy link, you're not going to lose all your NFTs. But you can still use them in the game. So they can be staked, and you can play with them at the same time because they never leave your wallet. And like any changes, so like to traits or whatever, that's done through the GOTM store. So people have confidence in that; they know it's going to work. So you've got a third guy going. Yeah. So yeah. I think you're becoming an expert. So yeah, if you can upgrade the manager as well. So if you upgrade manager, you'll see that counter goes from 0 of 1 to 0 of 2 to 1 of 2.
What one's better to upgrade, Doc? Should we do the first one or the second one?
Well, you can only afford the first one.
So the
cost under the manager, that's how much that increment will be. So if you upgrade him once, and then when you get 2.3, you'll be able to upgrade him again. He'll become a level 2 manager, and then the hay per second will increase quite dramatically. So there's you can level up the number of farms that you have, or you can level up the manager, either by having an NFT or reducing the amount that's skimmed. Okay, so you see your hay per second's gone up to 40 per second. So and the little sliding bar is running faster. So the idea being that like you upgrade, you open new businesses, you upgrade, and so like you can upgrade the number of businesses, you can upgrade like the manager level, you can upgrade the manager, the skim with the non-NFT managers, the skimming managers, you can upgrade like the level of skim. With the NFTs, you can upgrade the traits. So so there's a lot of different ways that you can play with this game, but basically there's no right or wrong way. It's not going to cost you anything. It just might take you a little bit longer to progress through the game, and people can try out different strategies. And like when you've reset the first time, and then you start getting chaos events added to the game, then that is where the resistance, repair, insurance, and luck traits come in. And then you have to decide whether you want to buy insurance or whether you just want to throw money at the problem when it occurs. But all the events are temporary. You can just wait it out. If you don't want to do that, usually I just you get insurance which mitigates the effects, and the insurance policies like last for a specific amount of time, depending on the tier. So you can get like 24 hours coverage or whatever, and per business, or you can get like global insurance. So we've tried to have enough elements in the game to make it tactical and fun, but without being overwhelming. Because like at the end of the day, it's just an idle game that you can click buttons, like earn some money, click some more buttons, earn some more money, upgrade your guys, progress through, and then when you get to the end, then you can reset and then take a permanent upgrade and then start the loop again. But then your earnings cap for your NFTs has been increased.
I got a quick question though. You say the buyers. So we have no buyers yet, right? What would they be buying it in? What are they would be buying?
They would be buying your entire business empire. So when you get to, I think it's a threshold in Yummy Treats. So you'll need to open like go through all the different businesses. Yummy Treats is the third to the last at the top. When you hit a certain level of Yummy Treats, so you need to unlock all the previous farms to get to that. When you reach a certain threshold of Lucky Treats, it'll the no buyers yet button will change to sell your empire, and that you don't have to do that straight away. You can keep playing, you can keep farming tokens, but or farming crystals or whatever you're up to. But if you if you sell the empire, you lose all the managers that you've hired, you lose the hay that you've accumulated, you keep the crystals, and you keep like any permanent upgrades that you bought, and then you're back to the start. So you can progress through the loop again, but with boosted performance. So like the logic behind that is, and your earnings cap increases by 10 DKV each time you reset. So and there's no top end to that. So and the threshold.
And then you can try a different strategy too, since you know.
Absolutely. Or you can, if you're playing 3 games, you can play a different strategy in each game, or you can change the traits in your NFT for to protect against some stuff. Like if you're not playing with 14 NFTs, you may have to make decisions as to where you allocate your NFT to get the most bang for for the boosts on the NFT, and to minimize the skimming everywhere else. So yeah, like it is ultimately it's a simple game, but it's complicated enough that you can have a lot of fun with it.
So you said that you're not selling the NFTs, correct? When you sell your game?
No, it's only being hired. So you've hired the NFTs. So when you reset, you'll have to rehire them again. But your NFTs never leave your wallet.
Okay. So is there maybe an upgrade later where you could sell your whole farm in your NFTs for like I don't know, for a soul or something? Or is that too far? Is that too far?
That's not something we even thought about, to be honest. So what we're looking at is basically developing the secondary market. So the idea is like in terms of the way that we want the game to reward the people that spend time playing it, you're rewarded for the investment in your NFTs and the fact that like you can upgrade them, upgrade the performance, and you can do that solely through gameplay. You don't need to spend you can earn all the tokens that you need to upgrade your NFTs through gameplay. So obviously you need to pay the transaction fee on the trait store to apply them, but then that is reflected immediately in the game. So you can buy the traits in the game, they're added to your inventory, or you can buy them directly from the trait store. You can upgrade your NFTs. That makes them more attractive on the secondary market. The other way that we reward players is for the time that they spend playing the game, where each time you go through the loop, your earnings cap increases. So the longer you play the game, the more earnings potential that you have daily for DKV. And obviously the number of NFTs is a function of your daily earnings cap. So I think it's 48 DKV per NFT that you play with, and then your earnings cap increases by 10 each time you reset the game. So yes.
Just a quick one. You mentioned there's still 1-of-1s to be minted. You remind us how 5 of them. Taddy, do you feel a bit degen? Shall we try our luck?
Let's try our luck, bro.
Let's try our luck live on stream.
Another question I had, you said there were a total of 50 users. About what are the metrics on how many are using NFTs and how many aren't, or do you have that for us?
It should be in the stats actually.
Okay.
All right. Let's go. Let's see what we can get. Let's see what we pull.
Okay. What we got?
Okay, so that's now dropped to my wallet. Let's see what we got. Let's see. Close. Let's see what comes to our wallet, I suppose.
It's a grail.
It should pop up in the game, in the wallet in the game as well.
Shit. Yeah. Let's go. Let's find out. Let's be pleasantly surprised.
Let's find out. We got okay, we've got this guy. Ooh, look at that one.
Production 10%. Speed 5%.
So if you get a 1-of-1, it's plus or minus 60 in every category. So those are absolute beasts when you use them.
Nice. Look at that luck. 5% luck there, Teddy.
There you go.
So that means like when the chaos events are introduced, like in the second reset, it means you got a 5% increased chance of having a lucky event on that farm. And obviously, like you can go through and you can see what traits you can add. So you can basically fine tune how you want the performance to work.
Do one more luck. Do one more.
Yeah, one more for luck.
Yeah.
If you guys pull a 1-of-1, I think you win the internet today. So
come on. Now we go back to our thing and let's see what we've got. Touch. NFT. Okay, look, speed and production. I'll take that. I'll take that.
It's okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, what you can do is like when you're upgrading the traits, you can go through and see what traits give what bonuses and which ones you can swap out without affecting the other traits, and so you can max out like the bonuses within the game. So I think they're capped at 50% per category, other than the one of ones. So if you get like 5 traits that give you a 10% production boost, then that will boost that to 50% in the game. So they're cumulative. So but obviously there's more axes, so that because we've got the 7 axes, there's more axes than there are traits that you can stick on one donkey. So you basically have to make choices in terms of what you want to boost on the NFT to suit your playing style. And if you change your playing style, you can change the traits later and redo that. But yeah, so that's the gist of it. That's how the NFTs work. You level up your managers. You reduce skimming. You use NFTs when you can, and you apply your NFTs to say like with strategy in this one. So you've got your oats farm, which is earning more money or the oats farm will earn more than, or each progressing level will earn more. So if you're playing with a limited number of NFTs, you probably want your NFTs on the top farm, the bottom of the screen, which is earning the most money, because then you're losing the least amount through skimming. So and yeah, so it's all about choices that you make. So at the moment you're making 40 per second on your hay farm with no skimming. So but as you level them up, you basically it's just making choices as to where you allocate your resources so that you get the best return for them. So but ultimately, like it just if you've got your NFTs all over the place, it just means it's going to take you a little bit longer to progress through the game. You'll still get there.
Yeah, but it's addicting because you want that
you want
that counter to be like bam, 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 bam.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they get faster and faster. Like your hay per second will get up into the billions, like if you play the game long enough. And then, but yeah, obviously the cost of everything increases incrementally as well. So I think like the last couple of managers, like the NFT managers, they'll cost you like billions or trillions to hire, but by that time you scaled up everything else, that you'll be earning that amount of hay relatively quickly. So everything scales, and then you go back to the start, run through it again. With
how many times did you say you reset so far?
In the last game that I had before we went live, about 20.
Wow.
So that we basically had to test the crap out of it to make sure that the game balance was right. So you don't want it that people aren't seeing that they're making any progress, but you don't want it so people can just run through the game as well. So like what we've added through through testing is like there's cooldown periods or lockout periods. So you'll notice like the fishing is locked for 24 hours. So and like if you use a time warp, that will so if you get 24 hours income in one hit, then that will be locked for 24 hours after that. So there's cooldown periods on a few of the boosts that you can use. How to play, the thing that no one ever reads. So yeah, that'll basically gives you a rundown of the entire game, how NFT managers work, how the mini games work, how the shop works, like how resetting works, how insurance works. Helpful tips. So I'd encourage everybody to play to have a read of that. And there's a Web3 guide as well, which is the other tab at the top there, which is just like a guide for people that aren't that familiar with Web3, just guiding for people that are new to NFTs and stuff like that. And we have actually onboarded a couple of people on Web3 just in the testing of this game. So one of my best mate here is a big gamer, and he was helping us test the game and made some really good suggestions. And he's become an NFT holder, and he's playing the game as well now. So it was his first NFTs he's ever minted and owned. So, but yeah, he's loving it. So that's the whole point of the exercise is to onboard some people in a Web3, drive the gaming industry forward and show them what the power of NFTs and the power that it gives the people that own them, and owning your own in-game assets. Oh, there's a trait list. So anybody that wants to go shopping, so like.
Don't show this look until
I know. I'm reading what DKV DKV gave us this tips from the chat. So I'm just following his.
Don't
his
show
offer.
it yet.
I don't know who's behind
So
it.
yeah, anybody that wants to go shopping for traits, like on the secondary market, that gives you an idea. Because like I did a bit of a floor sweep the other day just so I had enough NFTs for my kids to have enough so that I'd fight over them. There were some good ones like close to the floor. But yeah, so you can go through that list and then you can compare that with what's on the marketplace, and you can see sort of what you're going to be getting. So it doesn't. There is no correlation between the trait use in the game and rarity, other than the one-of-ones and to a certain extent the poker donkeys. So the rarity score may not be high, but you may have an NFT that has a lot of game utility. So that's something to consider when people are looking on the secondary market. So,
hey Doc, have you guys thought about kind of like the Axie Infinity model of renting, being able to rent your NFT to someone who doesn't have one, and they could just rent it, and you get or lease it for a small fee, or am I still way too ahead and we're just
that's way ahead. Like okay. I mean, all of these future ecosystem stuff that we can we do have the capacity to build it, but first of all, you have to have a working game. Of course, that people enjoy playing. So, I mean, that's what we spent our energy on is game playability, because, like I said, like a lot of these gamified staking, it's very grindy, it's very repetitive, and it doesn't seem like there's an endpoint. Whereas, like with this one, you can see how you're progressing through. You can see, and the fact that your earnings cap increases the longer you play the game and the more times you reset it, like the trade upgrades that you do. So you get rewarded for interacting with the whole DKV ecosystem. So like the poker donkeys, they are absolute beasts in the game when you've got a fully upgraded one. They're almost as good as one-of-ones, but you have to win poker games to get those traits. You can't buy them. Got
it. He's like, slow down, Taddy. We just went live August 1st, bro. Like, come on, man. What are you doing to me?
Yeah, talking about renting NFTs and DeFi and shit. It's like, shit, man,
hey, I'd like to look to the future, man, but I understand completely. No,
like what Yolanda say, it's probably an idea when the floor price is $3 or something.
Really happy about it.
But yeah, so that is our goal. But yeah, the other thing is like in terms of like I said, we've been around on the XRPL for a long time before we came over to Solana. And so when this series is minted out, like we've actually got 5 characters. So if you click on Hire Manager, the green button, you'll be able to get sneak peeks. So each of these, so there's a whole donkey family. So there's a Mrs. Donkey, there's the Herbert Donkey, there's the 2 teenage sons, and then there's a baby donkey. So those are potentially future NFT collections that we can launch as the player base increases. And so like the idea is that you don't want the floor price to get so prohibitively high that people can't come in and play the game. But what the way that the game is designed is that you can introduce unique content per NFT. So if you have like a Mrs. Donkey, like if we mint that series, then that will give you access to a different mini game or different tournaments or different mechanics within the game, as well as being able to play the Idle Donkeys game. So and we can have multiple NFT collections playable in the game at the same time, which is something that we're going to be looking at doing with when we do a partner world with Empire, the Grand Mafia, because they've got a number of NFT series. Several of them will be playable in the game. It's just like working out logistics of what ones to put in, like how you calculate the trait bonuses on them and stuff like that. But so this whole thing is designed for long-term expansion. So if the floor price goes up too prohibitively high for somebody coming in to join the game as a new player, we've always got the option of having a new NFT series that will grant you different content within the game to what the original DKV one. So that way we're sort of maintaining the value and the exclusivity of the DKV, but allowing new people to enter the game on an ongoing basis. But we're looking at it from perspective of a project. We're not going to flood the market with NFTs, because that would just be shooting ourselves in the head. Because you have to look after your holders. You've got to add value for your holders, and you've got to work hard for them. So I mean that's always been our idiom in the project. So we're, if we do, when this one mints out, we're still a ways from doing that. But conceivably, I mean, if this gets to the point where you've got 10,000 players or something like that, we're going to need more NFTs than what we have currently. So it is designed to expand, but it's going to be expanding at a controlled rate that protects the value of your investment.
Of course, it's a good problem to have too. If you have to do another collection, it's because
it's a fantastic problem to have. But yeah, so I mean, what we've talked about is say hypothetically, if we do the Mrs. Donkey, it will have a different mini game. Or an additional mini game. So you'll get different content in the mini games, and tournaments and stuff like that when we add them, depending on the series of NFT that you hold. So so there's going to be a reason to have more than one, but it will also protect the value of the existing series. So the worst thing is you mint another series and it trashes the floor price of your existing series, which is a disaster for everybody involved. So that's not what we're going to be doing. I mean, basically, the floor price would have to get high to the point where it's difficult for people to get in and play the game before we did any future NFT series. So
look, let's give ourselves a fighter's chance of getting that 101 and mint 3 more at least.
Okay. All right, you heard him.
Yeah,
let's go for it. 3 more, Taddy, and let's see.
You're doing all at once, huh?
Wait, you want to do them one at a time?
Well, you know what? No, we did it already. There's strategy to minting, bro. There is a strategy to minting.
Yeah, there is.
Tell me.
Doc, whilst those NFTs load up, do we earn anything for staking?
Yeah, 1 DKV per day. So it's basically a nominal amount for staking. Like I said, we wanted to keep it as a security device. I've been drained. I'm sure a lot of people have either been drained or know somebody that has. It sucks. And so that's what we want, and it's so easy to do on Solana. I mean, that was another thing that we had to learn coming over from the XRPL, because wallet drainers aren't a thing on the XRPL because there's no smart contracts. So you have to manually sign off on or hand your keys over to somebody to get your wallet drained. So I managed to fortunately I didn't lose everything, but I lost enough that it's affected my portfolio. So basically, the idea that you can have your NFTs frozen in your wallet with 2FA, and then even if your wallet gets completely taken over, you can transfer them out. I mean, I think that's I'll sing Rico's praises for adding 2FA to that as long as I got a few good ones.
Yeah, we got a few hooks in there.
And the
golden.
Yeah, so. It's basically all the traits. I think the backsword is one, the hook is one, some of the teeth, the eyes, the glasses, the earrings, they give boosts. So you can go through the trait listing and see what you get.
Watch. If someone mints a 101 right after these 5, you are a dirty dog.
Oh,
yeah.
Rico has one of the 101s. He minted one when we started the mint. He's got the 3D stereosonic one. Yeah.
Claiming rigged. Let's go, Rico.
Rico got the Magic Eye one that you have to look at when you're stoned and it 3D's out at you. So.
Did you stake those bad boys? Let's go.
Yeah, let's stake these, Teddy. Let's earn some DKV up in there. These are not locked staking, are they, Doc?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Yeah. I mean, you get more.
So, like I said, it's purely a security device. You earn 1 DKV a day, but we're hoping that obviously you can earn 48 DKV per NFT in the game. When you play through to the token farm, and then that earning cap increases each time you reset. So, the staking, it's purely a security mechanism.
Doc, it says on here 0. That's not right, though, right? It is 1 DKV a day.
It is 1. I'm not sure whether that's been we've only set up a staking. We've only set up a staking wallet in the last day or so. So yeah, if that isn't turned on, it will be shortly.
Okay.
But in terms of DKV at the moment, like I said, we don't have a liquidity pool set up yet.
Right.
So the revenue that we get from minting and traits and stuff like that is going to go towards building up a liquidity pool. And as a player base increases, we've got the capacity to run Google AdWords on this as well, so you can watch a little ad in exchange for a bonus of hay or something like that. But that won't be enabled until the player base is a lot larger, because there's just no economy of scale in it.
Is this by any chance going to go to mobile?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Can you imagine this on the Seeker? Let's go.
Brilliant.
Yeah, so like we're looking at other platforms. So like the difference with mobile is you have to download the app. So like to begin with, like, I mean, a lot of people don't like downloading stuff initially, which is fine. So at the moment it's web based, but there will be it will be on the Play Store. So there will be an Android version and an iPhone version. The iPhone version might take a little bit longer because you actually have to pay to have the privilege of running your apps on an Apple phone. But yeah, Android we're looking at, and then that will be a downloadable app that you can run on your phone. So that's in the pipeline. But we wanted to get the web-based stuff done first, because we've got the minting platform and the trait store integrated into the game to a certain extent already. So like the fact you can buy traits in the game, they get added to your inventory in the DKV trait store, and then you can apply them to your NFT. They instantly get updated in the game, and then you get the bonuses that those trait upgrades give you straight away. So yeah, like I said, we've designed this to be as expandable in as many different directions as possible, because it's longevity, and playability that really make a good game. Like I said, I've been playing this game for every day for 9 months, and I still enjoy playing it. My kids enjoy playing it. We had a punch up last night because my son thought it'd be hilarious to delete my daughter's game. So he got his deleted by daddy as vengeance. So they both had to restart. But yeah, so yeah, it is a family friendly game. Like the donkeys, they say silly funny things.
Hey, Dom, you mentioned Omerta, right? Omerta potentially getting a game like this from you guys. Have you been in contact with other projects that could do something similar? Because I can think of so many different projects that could kind of have this game in place and have their own.
Look, it is. That is another thing for our project, is that we will be offering partner worlds to select projects. So, and the game they'll be coming soon. So basically, there's a limit. There's a limit on how many partner worlds we would want to do, we basically need to reskin the game. It's designed to be reskinned quite simply, and then you plug in the new NFT series. You allocate all your values. Like if there's any token, you can fiddle with the tokenomics, like on how the community token pays out at the end. So it's all completely modular, that it can be adapted to different projects. So like with the one with Omerta, I'm one of the Dons in that project. So my sub DAO is going to be launching the Omerta version of the DKV game. So we're just sort of we're in a partnership with Omerta, and they've been great to us, and we really. I really like that project, and Mike is a fantastic guy, and he's doing a top job of running the project, and I'll sing his praises because he's doing things the right way, and he's really looking out for the community. Where he shows up every day and works really hard. So yeah, we're really proud to be associated with a project like that. And it was just simply because of the sub DAO, the fact that I own one of the Don NFTs, and the sub DAO could do that. Then it became the setup of Omerta, with their different NFT series, it sort of ends up being quite compatible with having a reskin version of our game using their NFTs. But yeah, we are totally open to reskinning the game for other projects, but there has to be a high threshold for who we can work with, simply because it's a lot of work, and then you can't have a project rug that's playing our game, because you know what, it's just a bad look. So it's basically founders that we're confident in. Obviously, you can't control the future. founders that we're confident in, projects that we're confident in, like, that has a certain level of community engagement, so they can actually get the player base, like, to make the investment in buying the game off us worth it. But what we wanted to do is get proof of concept, get our own game working correctly before we'd offer it to other projects, because we want to give the best possible product if we're going to sell it as a white label one. But it is something that we have discussed with a few projects, but yeah, so like the first partner world is going to be Ometa, and that will be when my DAO launches, but that will be in a little while, because I think there's a queue for the DAOs being launched, and we want to just make sure that this game is working 100% right before we consider getting another project involved in it, because if a bug crops up, then it's if it's our problem, that's one thing. If we've made it another project's problem with a bug in the game, then that's terrible. So
the game itself, Doc, I think I can say for Taddy as well, that it's very addictive, and you've just seen us like kind of go crazy, upgrade, and kind of get some more NFTs. We're looking to open up multiple farms, and hopefully we get to this stage pretty soon.
Yeah, it'll start cooking when you get to the crystal farm, and then you can. So the when you get to like the 10 yummy threats threshold, that will unlock the crystal farm and the DKV tokens. So like the manager of the DKV farm, you need crystals to hire that one.
Okay.
So yeah, like, I mean, and each cycle of crystals uses hay. Each cycle of DKV uses crystals, so you kind of need to level up, so that all the previous farms effectively become feeder farms for the crystals, and then the crystal farms become feeder farms for the DKV farm. DKV, so like everything sort of like levels up like at the same time. So you have to level up everything like to get and then once you've basically got it, you can just sit there and just let your tokens like accrue as long as you want, until you want to reset the game and then run through it again, and then get back to the DKV farms with a higher earning cap. So so we've tried to set it up so that people can play this as much as they want or as little as they want. With being an idle game, so like with the DKV, I think it's 24 hours that you will harvest DKV tokens when you're offline. So if you've only got 5 minutes a day and you've got a DKV farm running, you can log in for 5 minutes. You won't lose any DKV like as long as you've logged in the previous 24 hours. The other things will accrue, like the hay will accrue indefinitely. So if you don't play for a few days, you'll come back to like 5 trillion hay or something like that, and you'll buy 10 of this, 10 of that, 10 of that, 10 of that. And it's like, okay, now I've leveled up. And come back in 24 hours if you've only got a few minutes a day. But I think people will find that they're going to be playing this a bit more regularly than this, because it is an addictive little game, and it is a fun game. There's always something to level up, and like with the fishing upgrade, you can cut the time that the lockout period for fishing to 12 hours, so then you can fish more often, you get more crystals, like then and then that's gonna be expanded into its own like little tournament style mini game as well. So like have a fishing tournament where you compete against like all the other players to see who catches the most fish, or whatever in a week. So we can have recurring tournaments, and there'll be a prize at the end of those. And so and we can add more mini games as we go, that like little standalone mini games, so that you're not just jumping in, grinding, hitting buttons. There'll be like little mini games to play that break it up, or there'll be positive or negative natural events going on, or alien abductions, or something that either positively or negatively affects your farm. So it's just to make it dynamic and increase the playability of the game, and that's what we went for, like above everything else. Like, and so that's why we designed the game, so that it can be played with or without NFTs, because like. And there's a few Easter eggs. If you click around, you'll find all kinds of stupid shit. But yeah, so it's all the image of the game. I mean, it's fun, it's silly, and yeah. So like the donkey saying,
saying pop up.
Funny things. So and the surprise. It's just the surprise button. All the surprise button does is just gives you donkey facts. So
fun and silly. I don't know if there's a place for fun and silly with NFTs, Doc. I mean, come
Oh,
on.
there's got to be. There's got to be. I think, and probably a certain degree of madness as well. So I think you get all kinds of eccentrics. So yeah, like I mean, we went for a game that was fun to play, that you could enjoy playing for long periods of time without feeling like you were grinding. There was always something to do, one that was expandable and one that rewarded you for both, you know, if you're one of the wonderful people that has had the confidence in us to mint an NFT, we want to reward you for that by being able to upgrade your NFT through gameplay, so you can hopefully resell it for a higher value, or it rewards you in the time that you spend playing the game. So each time you go through the loop, it increases your earning cap, and that's permanent. So you can. The longer you play it, the more you can earn, and ideally, the more your NFTs will be worth. And obviously, the more people that play the game, the higher the demand for NFTs. Make our own little ecosystem.
Yeah, Doc, what's the plan for kind of probably kind of partnering up with other projects and kind of getting the word out there a bit more than what's being currently done to get this to a mint out stage?
Look, I mean, we're sort of like, we're going to be going on spaces and promoting and stuff like that, and just networking within the other projects that we're in. In terms of like, it's difficult to market before you actually have a product. Well, so we basically, we've got the product ready. It's out. People can play it now for free. If they like the game, they can buy an NFT. They can play it and start earning with it. And so in terms of getting the word out, we paid for a listing on play-to-earn.com, which is like a database of all of the play-to-earn games that are currently available. So we listed on that, and it looks like we have got some traffic from that website already. And other than that, it's just going to just be like word of mouth, and we've got some really great community members in that, obviously in other communities as well. They can let people know and get them to check us out. I'll be doing as many spaces as I possibly can coming up to promote as well and get the word out. But yeah, or you can just follow us, our socials. So the other thing is, like, I'm going to be like on my to-do list for later today is make a couple of like how to play video tutorials to put up on a YouTube channel that I'll create later as well. So just to try and get the word out. But like I said, I mean, the first thing is we had to have a product before we could really market it effectively and give demonstrated proof of concept, proof that it works, proof that it's fun. And then build up from there. So,
I think, look, congratulations for the whole DKV team to getting this game up. And as I said before, Daddy, this is pretty addictive, brother.
I mean, not only that, bro, but I mean, you don't need to have a product for some people to come out and try and take your money from you. So the fact that you guys did, and you wanted to be confident that you had one before you went and promoted it, means a lot to me as well. So and I love.
What we've always had as this is probably one of the reasons why we're still around as a project after 5 years. It's like, you try not to make promises that you can't keep. Obviously it's not always possible in Web3 because things change in the markets in general and stuff like that, or things happen. But you under promise and over deliver.
Of course.
So and it's been a really steep curve for us to learn how to effectively transform from an art project. So like, I mean, DKV, like the original XR Donkeys project was planned to be a 3-month long art only project. So on the XRPL, and here we are on Solana 5 years later, and we're a game studio now. So, that's unintended consequences of getting fully in the NFT scene and in crypto in general, and and there's still plenty of room for growth. I mean, there's no reasons why we can't make more games in the future or expand these ones. So there's going to be more mini games coming up, so there'll be more things for people to do. There'll be extra content, like I said, in the future. It's like, well, I'm saying with Herb saying it's been a labour of love. It has been 9 months of pretty much every day getting this to work and learning how to do it, fixing it, building it, like tweaking the gameplay so it's not too difficult, it's not too hard, it's not too boring, like introducing new elements, introducing strategy, so like introducing the tiered managers, so that there's it's a simple game, but there's enough complexity and strategy in it that you can have fun with it, and you can try different playing styles, and at the end of the day it will all get you to the same destination. It just might take you a little bit longer of playing one style to another, and obviously like the more NFTs that you play with, the higher your earning cap is, because that's part of us of paying back the people that have had the confidence to buy our NFTs and jump into our community.
I mean, it's very rare that you find a team that will pivot when they need to pivot and not just rest on their laurels. So the fact that you made your holders proud by creating this game and getting it out to market is very impressive, to say the least. But I just also got to say that I was going to give it a spin over the weekend to see what we were getting ourselves into, and I was like, you know what? No, I'm going to use this as the tutorial and see what we got ourselves into, and I'm impressed, man. I like it. Like,
thank you. Herb has done an amazing job of building this. Like, from somebody that he does web design and builds websites for client corporations and stuff like that. So he is tech savvy, but Unity programming it's a totally different beast. And so it's like learning a whole new language, like learning a whole new method of doing things. And so it's been 9 months of really intense work to get it to this stage. We are really proud of what we've actually been able to build. I mean, we've been like I said before, like we've been talking about doing gaming for about 3 or 4 years. Like even when we're in the XRPL, we had plans for NFT-based games, because I think that's like one of the future great applications of NFTs is. No, the art's great, but it's what you can do with them that makes NFTs special, and the fact that it's a digital ownership certificate and you can have self-custody of your assets and things like that. So gaming is something we've wanted to do for a while. It just took us like moving to Solana for the extra functionality that NFTs and the smart contracts and stuff have on Solana, and learning an entirely new skill to be able to get it to this stage. So it's been a lot of hard work. But it's something that we've wanted to do for a few years, and we've been working towards. And we just decided we've just got to do it ourselves. I mean, we were shopping around for devs to work with before, and they were either outside the budget of what we had to work with, or they were trying to scam us, which I've seen happen to other projects as well. And like some really good projects have been scammed by developers that have been contracted for work. And so ultimately we just had to learn how to do it all ourselves. And Herb has done an amazing job on this game, and I'll say that as a friend of mine for 5 years that we've been working together now. It's like, I mean, I don't think any of us would have anticipated when we started out 5 years ago that this is where we'd be now. But that's crypto. That's the way it works, and the scene's evolved. We're long past the Bored Apes bubble, and now it's all about utility and the things that you can do with NFTs as well as the artwork.
It's like games though too. I got into games because of the game, like I said earlier. But now, a year later, we're sitting on Orbis Marketplace. So it's like sometimes those pivots are exactly what are needed in the space. So I mean, we needed this game in the space, man. I can't think of any games going on in Solana that aren't rigged. So for lack of better words, like I love the pivot, man, and not just sitting and waiting. It really is impressive. I mean, it's the kind of thing. I mean, you reach a certain point, you've either got to change, or you're going to die out. So, like, I mean, we're at the point of like we'd gone as far as we could on the XRPL, in order to basically get the next level for the utilities that we wanted to build, we had to change chains. And obviously, hopefully, we'll be going back to the XRPL, and like some of the XRPL NFTs that we do have that are still in existence, you can still stake on the XRPL and get third-party earnings from that as well. Ideally, we like to go back and incorporate some of those NFTs as well, or we might have to do a remint with dynamic NFTs on the XRPL. But at the moment, like our focus is on Solana. So like, I mean, you basically you have to do
what it takes as a project to drive the project forward and to add value for the people that hold your NFTs. And for us, I mean, we had to make the move to Solana because like the XRPL NFT scene is somewhat stagnant, and the market is tiny. The utility is really limited in terms of what you can do with the NFTs. You compare that to Solana, where you can get off the shelf like trait store staking, token staking, trait swapping, like all of these things, immediately accessible on Solana. They don't exist on the XRPL. So we had to swap channels. Made some great contacts.
You sound like you're underwater again, Doc. I don't know.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
Back.
You're back. Yeah.
It's probably might be a mic issue. But yeah, so like I mean, we it's been a steep learning curve, and we've always been looking at trying to find ways that we can get the project to where we wanted it to be, which was, the gaming has always been like something that we've wanted to do for a few years, and to be able to, finally get that out there and be able to, have a product to market. It's a fantastic achievement, and we're really, really proud of it. And we just thank everybody that helped us along the way, all the beta testers and all the people that gave us advice, and the domestic partners that had to put up with with the game on for so long, and all the hours that we've poured into building it. So it's really nice to see that it's finally out there and people are starting to play it and enjoy it.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'm looking forward to how this incorporates with the merchant, what that looks like as well, and as you said, potentially other partner worlds.
So I mean, just a sneak peek. I mean, like the emerger stuff, it's going to be like there'll be rather than farms, there'll be businesses that are traditionally associated with the mafia. So like speakeasies, casinos, like that kind of similar kind of hierarchy that what you have here. Probably ideally have a different mini game, so there's different content for that one, or an additional mini game, and you'll be able to use multiple Omerta NFT series as managers, because you can use more than one NFT series per game, and we just need to work out how to balance trait stores and stuff like that. So there's a few little moving parts that I'm putting together, but the concept's there. But and then that one you'll be earning Empire tokens at the end. So it's like, I mean, what would so like in terms of it as a product, the game as a product that can be bought by other projects, we designed it to be fun and rewarding for players, but there's got to be revenue streams in it for the project as well to be able to survive. So that's why we've got Google AdWords lined up for when the player gets larger, so you can run advertising on it. You've got the trait store integrated. You've got and you can use you can generate tokens. You can use them in other parts of your ecosystem, like if you run raffles or if you run loots or something like that. It's a way of circulating your tokens through your ecosystem and adding value to it. And you can add new traits that like I said, the thing is, like if we want in the future, we can have fishing traits as well that will boost your fishing performances. So if we add mini golf or something like that, then we can have mini golf traits. So there's a bunch of ways the game can be expanded, and so it's designed for long-term growth, for both for our project and for any other project that is interested in having a version of the game made for their project, which is going to be like a one-to-one negotiations, because we want to be really careful who we work with. Mainly just for we don't want somebody coming in saying, "Oh, I'm going to have this game," and they rug on us, and that makes everybody involved look bad, So. It is designed from a project's point of view that it is sustainable and is one that you can, you can generate project revenue through, but at the same time, the holders are still getting value back. So so like with our mint, that's going to go into the liquidity pool for the token when we set that up. So at the moment, like any DKV, like the circulating supply of DKV is going to be tiny for the time being, because at the moment it's only available to get through the game. So when it becomes like a larger token with more tradability and things like that, larger liquidity pool, then you're going to start seeing more utilities for the tokens that we can add. So we can add like raffles, loot boxes, and all the other utilities that people have in their projects from places like GOTM or Luna Dolls. Like we use some of the utilities as well. So and ideally we can link those into the game as well. So so people will be able to just there'll be a mint platform built into the game as well when we do the Omerta version. So rather than having to use a third party on that, you'll be able to mint your NFTs directly into the game. So look, I mean, so this is version 1, right. And there's going to be upgrades and expansions like as we go. And so you have to if one of the things with the game, you can't just build a game and then get it out there. You have to keep it fresh. You have to keep new content, new things for people to do, so that it keeps them engaged. That's what we have planned for the future, is just building the game out, partnering with the right projects to do other partner worlds as well. But then obviously looking at ways that we can make it sustainable for any project that runs it, so that you've got income streams from your trait store, from other stuff, like from your mint platform, from if people are using your staking site, you get a small fee for claiming that. We've got ours turned down to next to nothing at the moment, so people can stake their NFTs. But yeah, so there is monetization built into the game for projects, but that's just the reality, that you can't give everything away for free. You have to be able to you have to have an income from a project.
Yeah, you have to survive somehow.
Project.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to know that Omerta is not going to be farming hay, in that it's matched with their ethos. And
they're going to be farming. They're going to be farming Luca.
Right. I love that, man, because
filthy Luca. Yeah, so it's going to be a full reskin. So
nice.
There'll be different businesses, different currencies, possibly slightly different mechanics as well. We haven't got that far. I need to sit down and chat to Mike about what else to do. But yeah, so that is coming in the near future. There's a lot of work and a lot of artwork and stuff I need to get together to do that. And but
definitely it's more work on the plate for Herb to do and stuff like that. But it's a great thing.
He's going to love me. He's going to love me. He's going to absolutely love me if 10 projects turn up and say, "I want a reskin of this. Can you do it for me by tomorrow?" And it's like, "Oh yes, I'll see what I can do."
But the advantage you guys have, right? You got Herb in-house doing all of this kind of
everything's
stuff.
In-house. We have a couple of guest artists that do some traits for us. But Herb was the major artist. He did all the base character work and stuff like that. Yeah. So and everything's done in-house. When you have no budget, no budget, you learn to do things for yourself. So
exactly.
And it's the best. It's generally the best way to go. I mean, I've seen too many projects ripped off by people they contract dev work out to, and then the devs built a backdoor into it so they can steal everyone's money. And shit. It's there's bad actors out there, so it's and things like that can finish a project through no fault of their own whatsoever. They've done everything right, and they get rugged by a dev that they've hired to do contract work for them. It's a difficult industry at times, particularly if you if you do need to rely on others. So that's one thing I think that that's been a learning curve for us over the years as well, is that you basically, as a project, you have to learn to a certain extent how to do things for yourself. You have to wear all the different hats. Because there's a lot. It's a cutthroat industry, and there's a lot of sharks out there that are happy to separate you from your crypto and your earnings, and they don't care about your project or your community. So the best way to look after your project and your community is to try and do as much stuff in house as you possibly can.
Well, you know what? Me and Teddy wish you all the guys all the best of luck. I think you guys are on the right track. Looking forward to what's coming. Teddy, I'm going to switch it over to you. Do you have any more questions for Doc?
No, all mine are futuristic questions, and I'm going to remind myself that it just launched
Yeah,
yesterday,
it's
August
been for
1st.
like 3 days. So yeah, so I think,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
But yeah,
I'll
we do have plans for future expansions and future collabs with other projects. But
Mhm.
like I said, we got to get demonstrated proof of concept. Demonstrate that it works. Demonstrates that it's fun. Demonstrates that it's playable. Like I mean, you guys are saying like it is an addictive little game and it is a fun little game and and we want proof of concept to show like that it can work and how other projects can integrate their existing platforms. Like we already had the GOTM trait store, so we integrated that into the game rather than having our own one that we built. So people don't have to buy the same thing twice. So if you've already got like the staking side, or if you've already bought the GOTM trait store, you can use that within the game. So you don't have to go and buy another trait store for it to work. Things like that. So it's leveraging what you already have, what you've already shelled out for as a project, and then integrating the game into that. So that's going to be like a case by case basis per project, depending on where they're at and what their focus is and how their project's set up in terms of tokenomics and NFTs and things like that. And so that they need to sit down one to one with us to if they wanted a version of the game. But yeah, we're absolutely open to working with other people, but we want to basically get a demonstrated track record up for ourselves before we'd even consider selling this on to another project. And obviously making sure it's working correctly. So I mean,
and you want your community to have fun with it first before you just go giving it to someone else.
Oh yeah. Look, it's like, I mean, we like building, and it's like, I think a game like this, it's just going to be good for the NFT scene in general because it is like fun utility that projects can get on, and it's like people can see that they own their in-game assets and they can upgrade the value of them, and I mean that's part of my evangelizing about like NFTs in gaming. And I think that's like the best way to show the gaming industry that it works is just to do it. So I think the floodgates will open when you get a major game studio comes out with an NFT or crypto based game, on the blockchain, where people own their assets and. Then because I think it's kind of like they're almost moving to a subscription model, which I think is probably the wrong direction to go. Whereas like coming from the NFT side, we're moving more to the self-ownership model. So rather than you have to pay a subscription to play a game or whatever, you can buy the assets, play the game, and then you can sell the assets when you've had enough of playing it, and you can increase the value of those assets through gameplay. So. And that's a win for the player. It's a win for the project because we get a royalty from the sale of that. So if we can increase the floor price of our NFTs, then that's great for us every time one gets sold, and it's great for the holder because they're making profit. And ultimately that's what we're all in crypto for: having fun and making a bit of money.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, Doc, we're gonna move it on to our next segment here that we got, but. Like I said, we have another stream that we call Floor Watch, where we basically just go over the market and what's hot and what's going on Thursday and Friday, same time as this show. But we're definitely going to highlight our farm and check out its progress on that stream to just further show.
You can. I mean, with Floor Watch, I mean, it's interesting because now that the traits have game utility, there are some absolute bargains sitting around on the floor of the DKV secondary market. I mean, as well as the fact there's still 5 1-of-1s in the mint left, and like those like I picked one up the other day off the floor. It was from one of the automated bots that I wanted to see if I could get rid of. And it had like 4 or 5 different traits that have game playability. And there's a list of traits in the game. There's a list of traits in our Discord, and you can basically go and have a look and see what boosts you get for the traits, and then you can go shopping with that and find a bargain on the floor. So now that our NFTs have utility, which is something we've been striving for a while. Now I think we can hopefully start to see the floor price appreciate, and we'll get that mint out done.
No doubt.
Yeah. Let's go. Right, Teddy, what's your take on doing some quick rapid fire? Couple of questions, and then let's wrap this bad boy up because I think it's been a great stream. Doc, I'm going to hand it over to Taddy. He's going to fire some questions at you. The quick answers, right, Doc? We're
Not
talking
guilty.
about
Yeah.
the quick answers within 5-6 seconds, and they don't need any explanations. They're single word answers, and good luck. I'm going to hand it over to Taddy.
Did you get a machine gun sound yet, or you got a gong or something? If he goes over the 10 seconds, all right, Doc, you got 10 seconds to answer with your gut. After that, you're going to hear some sound that Lucky's going to put, or he's just going to rat-a-tat-tat with his mouth or something into the mic. But there we go. All right, so it's our rapid fire segment. Answer with your gut. No more than 10 seconds. Let's go. You ready? Did you hear him? Did he disappear?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. There he is. All right. A most underrated Solana NFT project other than your own.
I'm going to go with Omerta.
Okay.
I'm not familiar with all of them, but I think Omerta's building some really cool stuff. And it's a great community, and it's got a great guy running it. I don't think Gains would be up there, but I don't think they're underrated because of the stuff they're building is just highly rated to begin with. So I couldn't categorize Gains as underrated or GOTM as underrated, but yeah, I'll go with Omerta.
Okay. All right. Favorite founder outside your own community?
I'd probably say Rico.
Okay.
I think he's got the runs on the board, and he's building some really cool stuff that's going to benefit the whole industry.
Agreed. In your wallet, you hold an SMB Gen 2, a DGod, and a Mad Lad. Burn one, flip one, stake one.
Oh God, I burned the DGod because Frank DeRug. I'd stake the SMB and I'd flip the Mad Lad.
Okay, he's crushing it so far. Name a community you would derug.
Oh God, there's so many of them. I'm just trying to think of one of the rugs that I'd try and revive. I'd go with Great Goats.
Oh, right at the buzzer, right at the gong. What was it? You said I couldn't hear
Great
what you
Goats.
said. Great Goats. Okay, all right.
Yeah, because they're a fun project, and they're around for a while, and they got rugs, and it's sort of faded away into the background, but they were cool.
Unknown Marbler took them over, and they're doing all right now. Okay, next question. Which project has the best art other than your own?
Oh God, that's hard. That's hard.
Yeah, of course it's hard.
Oh God, I'll even have to have a look at some of the NFTs.
Okay, all right. On to the next.
Nailed that one.
Yeah. Which project has the best utility other than your own?
GOTM.
Wow.
The GOTM Labs NFT. RevShare for Orbis. We've got one of those as a project because from being in the DAO, I think they, like I say, if I could afford to get one, I would, because I think with the way Orbis is going, they're going to melt faces.
Agreed. If you could take over anyone's Twitter handle, whose would it be?
Probably the Australian Prime Minister, so I could tweet out obscenities.
Okay, let's go.
I love that one.
What is your go-to wallet for Web3?
At the moment, it's Phantom. I'm on a number of chains. XRPL would be Zarman wallet, but I'm probably moving that to Joey wallet. But yeah, Phantom's my go-to wallet for what I've been doing lately.
Okay. Name an NFT project from another chain that you would buy.
Oh God, Mouse. It's RVR. It's an XRPL project that is doing live music events with NFTs as membership cards. So it's run by a guy that I've known for a few years called Spectrum, who's one of the OGs on the XRPL. And he's another artist founder who's learning to do everything by himself and putting in the work, and a really honest guy. He's never going to rug you. He's never going to steal your money. And that's what you got to go with, I think.
Let's go. All right. Favorite Solana NFT marketplace?
Orbis. Because I hate ME. They've shat the bed lately. So
Agreed. Which cold storage wallet do you prefer?
Oh shit, I've got one here. What's it called? Like mine's been in cold storage for so long, I don't even know what it's called.
It's okay. All right, so on to the next. Mount Rushmore of NFT founders, so 4 in total.
That'd just be Mount Donkey, wouldn't it?
Mount Donkey. Mount Donkmore.
I think you'd have to go with Yuga Labs because they were the biggest and the first. Probably Frank to Gods, simply because of the community building and the stuff that they did. I'll go with CryptoPunks because they're another pioneering project, and just trying to think. Like, I suppose I'd probably even include Axie Infinity there because they were sort of like one of the first and best known play to earn games that were done. So there was interesting thing with the lockdowns is that because people couldn't work in the Philippines, people were playing Axie Infinity to make a living because they could earn enough money playing Axie Infinity that they could actually buy food and pay the rent and stuff like that whilst they were locked down. The central bank of the Philippines recognised crypto as real money. So I think that's driven everything forward and just shows that you can make money playing games, particularly if you're in a developing country.
Let's do it. I agree. 2 more questions, Doc. If you could get one person to promote your project, who would it be?
Probably go with Elon. Like, he's good at selling stuff that doesn't exist.
Fair enough. I like it. Last question. Solana price prediction, 1st of January, 2027. Highest and lowest.
I think probably we're close to the bottom, depending on what happens with the international market, with like your international affairs and such. I think it could quite easily get back to 200 if we have a nice bull run and if economic conditions change. I can't see it getting much lower than what it is at the moment, simply because after a while the liquidity dries up and the market gets too low. Plus it's a good entry point for people coming in. So with the price of Solana at the moment, DKV NFTs on Mint, they're on sale because we haven't changed the Mint price, and the price of Solana is like halved, I think, since we started the Mint. So, it just means it's a good opportunity for somebody to get in now, and then hopefully the market will recover.
So that price was what?
I'd say 50 at the low and 200 at the high.
Okay.
I think it would take a hell of a bull run to get to 200, but stranger things have happened in crypto.
No doubt. Well, Doc, you survived rapid fire. Good job. Let's go.
Let's go. Doc, thank you so much for taking the time out, especially early morning, getting up and sitting with us two bozos and going through this game.
I was telling her before, this is actually quite pleasant because I did a space one time where my home internet failed, and so I had to do it sitting in the car at 4:00 in the morning outside the local McDonald's where I could get a signal, and it was -10. So this has been quite comfortable and relaxing compared to that. But those are the things that you do when you're in a time zone that everybody else isn't, and in the world of crypto, and it's a 24/7, 365 business that you've got to make yourself available for. But no, it's been a great chat. I've enjoyed it.
That's where Lucky is right now.
Going through the game.
Lucky's at McDonald's. Lucky has dial-up internet, so he goes to McDonald's and he does.
I've got Starlink now, so I've got Elon internet, so I think it should be right for now. It's been working pretty well.
Good stuff. Well, Doc, thank you so much once again for taking the time out, and also to the whole team. Keep on cooking. Me and Tabby will keeping tabs on our farms. We've actually just bought a carrot farm, Taddy.
You can watch the progress. Watch the farming progress as you go.
Show it one more time.
You'll get a little adrenaline rush when you get that DKV farm over.
No, let's go.
One more time, brother.
We've got this. I'm waiting to
hire a manager.
Hire a manager, And and then this can be auto. And then we should actually
Well, you've got
256.
enough.
Oh,
Yeah,
we can
256.
do one. Let's see. Let's go. Which one do you recommend to go with, Doc?
Well, they're ranked in
top
order
one.
of total bonuses. So,
okay.
Good one.
All right.
so if you get a 1-on-1, it will come up first. And then obviously that will change as you change the traits. And then so that allows you to apply the best NFTs to your most profitable businesses. Or if you're only playing with a couple of NFTs, you put the NFTs on the business that's making you the most money. So you lose the least through skimming. And then you can use the skim managers for the rest of it. So now you can upgrade your cabbage farm to level 10 and onto the berries farm, or is it an apples farm?
Let's go. Well, once again, Doc, thank you so much. Thank you to all the viewers that turned up and tuned in. Hope you kind of got into what we were doing today. idledonkeys.com is where it's all at, guys. Even if you don't have an NFT, you can still play. But obviously, as you've seen today in today's stream, if you do have an NFT, there's certain perks. Doc, could you give us some final thoughts? And then I'll head over to you, Taddy, and we can wrap this up.
Yeah, you can follow us at the DKV Twitter handle, which is, what is it? SoulDonkeyverse.com, or if you just look at DKV on Twitter, will come up. Soul Donkeys is our website, SoulDonkeys.com, or IdleDonkeys.com is the game website. Probably IdleDonkeys.com is the easiest one to go through because everything else is linked from there. Jump in the Discord. We're all a friendly bunch. You can ask any questions about the projects of the game that you might have or about us. We'll answer within reason. And yeah, like main thing, jump in, have a play of the game. If you like it, consider becoming a holder.
Thank you so much, Herb. Taddy, what's your final thoughts, brother?
Final thoughts. Just want to say thanks, Doc. Appreciate you walking us through. Like I said, I was going to do it over the weekend, and I'm like, why would I do that when I'm going to have an expert show us how to do it?
Thank you so much for having me. It's been a great stream. So and thank you for taking the time to go through the game with us, because it's something we're very proud of.
Our pleasure, man. And thank you to our lovely viewers, man. You guys are all grails. You are all one-of-ones in our eyes. So we thank you so much for rocking up. And a special thanks to Joe. Thank you for sending us an NFT to get us started. So we really do appreciate it.
Joe's a legend.
Yeah, she is. And congrats on the game getting launched August 1st.
Thank you so much. And big props to Herb for this one, because he's done an amazing job of coding it. And all the people that helped us out along the way, the game testers, the game breakers, and the support crew of family and friends that kept us going. Because it's 9 months of solid development work. It's a slog, particularly when you're doing it from scratch in-house. So we're very pleased and proud of what we've been able to build. And like I said, the future's looking bright. I mean, we're basically where we want to be as a project, and now it's we just build for the future and build more games, build better games, expand them, build more content. Hopefully do some collabs with projects if they want to get around there. But it's been a journey, but like the motto that we've always had is it's a marathon, not a sprint. And there's been a lot of big flash NFT projects that have come and gone, and we're still here 5 years later, still building, still grinding. So
let's go.
And I think we're proud of that. So we've been through the bulls, we've been through the bears, we've seen the scams, the rugs, and everything else in between, and we're still going, we're still building, and things are looking good for DKV. We're really pleased with where we are as a project, and very confident the future's looking bright. And thank everybody that's been supporting us over the years, and the community that we have at the moment. And thank you to anybody that would like to join our community and become a holder based on what you see in the stream. That'd be fantastic.
Well, shout out to Herbert as well. And also, my final question to you, Doc, is how long do we have the game running until you come back on the show? How long are you going to be satisfied? What 3 months, 4 months, 6 months?
However long you want. I think if we do it in a few months, you'll have upgraded a few times, and you'll be able to see some serious progress. The amount of tokens you can farm. but yeah, like there's always progress to be made. So you know, we never know. We might even have a game update by then as well. So yeah, I think one of the things that we want to run out first is a fishing tournament. So that makes it more interactive. So rather than just like an idle game that you're playing, you know, you're playing against other people because there's a leaderboard, but you know, have periodic tournaments that you can like fish for a week, and you know the person that catches the most fish in that week wins. So yeah, that's going to be one of the expansions that we do. And you know, other mini games, I think we're looking at putt golf as another mini game as well. So yeah, which is another thing you can do tournaments in. So like I said, everything's designed to be expandable and to keep new content and you know, give people new stuff to do and new things to explore and more fun to have.
Well said. Well, also congrats to your holders that stuck by you and had conviction, and are still around to see, you know, the game launch. That's goated, man. So, and now that's us. What?
Let's go. Yes,
yeah,
it is
yeah.
us. We're up to 7, and they're gonna get to work on the farm, Taddy. So they're hard at it. We just got to level up and open up those different farms, which I'm sure is going to be soon rather than later. But yeah. Great episode. Thank you so much, Doc. Taddy, as always, as well. Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Couldn't do this without you. This has been On the Block, episode 51 with Doc. Thank you so much, guys. We're back again on Thursday, 5 p.m. Eastern, over on Taddy's channel, Taddy's page. You're going to see the live stream there. Floor Watch returns, and we're going to have a special guest coming. So stay tuned for that on Thursday, 5 p.m. EST. But that's it for us, guys, for today. Thank you so much, and take care.
Peace.
Thank you very much.
On the block, let it flow. Spaces open, might go live. Different miles from web to drive. Builders here, they pull a real. Talking moves and how they feel. No scripts, just open flow. Ideas moving row by row. Every week a new face shown. Building things to stand alone. We go. On the block, let it flow. On the block, feel the sound. On the block right now. Just raw talk. Ideas that actually walk. From early grinding new way. Every guest got things to say.